Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fusion USA Tuesday night webcast. We're going to jump right in here tonight because we got some exciting things to talk about tonight. Number one is if you're anywhere in Colorado or you have contacts in Colorado, you have to tomorrow to get them to Durango to see Mr. Randy Gage. He'll be doing a success night in Durango, August 24th. So go to, for all these events that are coming up, go to the USA Fusion Facebook page and download the flyer, get the information, and zap it to all your contacts. Coming up right after that is going to be a sizzling, super sizzle kickoff by none other than Ann Feinstein and David Feinstein, and of course rock stars Kat and Ross Decker up in New York City. So if you have anyone within driving distance to New York City, or for David and Ann and Kat and Russ, it's worth a fly into New York City because I know you got contacts there. I know you got people you need to get to this in front of this meeting. Also go to USA Fusion X Tribe on Facebook and download the flyer. It's a very fun one that Ann and David created. Saturday, August 27th. Make sure you're there for that event. Also in Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm going to be there along with the leadership teams in Charlotte on September the 6th, Tuesday after Labor Day. We'll be doing a Leadership Academy in Charlotte, North Carolina, and also don't forget all the other leadership academies going on around the country. Go to X Tribe events or X Tribe on Facebook. Make sure you're connected with all these leadership academies. They're getting ready to really start the ball game rolling. Also, if you didn't see the Randy's email about building to special events, make sure you download that and send it to your friends and team members as well. He did a great job of how this whole business is built on face-to-face events, and every 3 months we have a major event. The one coming up in Dallas, Texas is going to be September 16th to the 18th. If you have not registered yet, go to xtribeonline.com and make that happen. We got, I think, some few hotel rooms left. It's going to be a great rate for the Marriott there, the host hotel. We're going to be doing some powerful training, powerful coaching, powerful speaking, and motivation. And this is where you get to meet people from around the country. Actually, they're coming in from all over the world to be at this event. So you need to be there as well, not only with yourself, but also other team members as well. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to closing out August really strong and then really working hard to the September event in Dallas. Of course, the headquarters is there as well. So this is going to be put on a very professional event. If you've never been to one of these network marketing conventions, you need to be there for sure. It's a lot of fun, very valuable, and if you miss it, you're going to be behind everyone who goes by at least 6 months. So there's some urgency, and there's some exclusion, and there's some opportunity lost if you don't make this event. So get registered now, and we're going to have a great time. I can't believe it's the 23rd of August. We got some exciting things going on. I know that just yesterday I learned that one of our team members, Dale Moreau, has lost 38 pounds on these Fusion products. 38 pounds. He also posted his story up on the Fusion Facebook. It's incredible. I've been working with him and talking to him this whole time, and he's been almost like keeping it a secret that he's lost 38 pounds. But that is a commanding story that you need to share with your team because these Fusion products work. They are increasing our metabolism, blocking the sugars, and giving us more energy to actually do better and take better care of our health. Speaking of health and speaking of weight gain and weight loss, my good friend Shai is going to tell us a little bit about his story as well, which is amazing, and how these products has helped transform his body and his team members as well, on how, and also how you could do it as well. Shai, tell us a little bit about your weight loss story and what you think these weight loss categories are doing for you and your team. Shai, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All good.
Okay. Thank you very much, Billy. And yes, I read the story of your friend last night, and it is incredible. And you know, I experienced that firsthand. When I started my journey 10 years ago, I was a lot heavier. I was 265 pounds. I've been struggling with gain and loss, weight loss and gain for, most of my adult life. And I realized about 10 years ago that I need to do a drastic change in my life. Otherwise, I'm not gonna survive. I have a grandfather, or I had a grandfather that was, he lived until almost 210. And once I asked him, what is the secret? And he told me one thing, he says, I don't know anyone who is overweight that actually live long, and that's thing that is stuck with me. So I know a lot about losing weight, but the point is not losing weight. The point is to make something in your life that will cause the weight that you lose to stay. Okay, or to really make a change in your life, which is easy to live with, and that's the point. The point is that there are reasons why we gain weight, and I have some slides, but somehow they didn't make it. So I just go over them, very simple. The reason why we gain weight is because food is an addiction, and there's a reason for that addiction. We eat the wrong food. Most of what we eat is either fast food, loaded with sugars or salt and bad fat. And there's a lot of carbs in what we eat. That's the convenient food. That's what easy to make, easy to store, easy to buy. We drink too little. We don't drink enough. And the point is, if you drink sodas, anything that is sweetened with sugar or artificial sweetener, it's not considered as hydration. It's considered as food. So we don't drink enough. We have, most of us has bad eating habits, and we do too little physical activities, and that's a big thing. Most of us are working behind the desk, whatever it is, a computer or something, and we don't move a lot, and that's critical. And then we have those yo-yo diets where you go up, you go down, and then you gain more than you lost. Okay, so I changed my habits and my lifestyle a few years ago. I became vegetarian. I lost some weight, but it was not enough. I got stuck, and I got stuck at 237 pounds, and that was January last year. January this year. So when we started with Fusion, that was, it's easy mark for me because that was the pre-opening, the pre-launch of Fusion. And I have a lot of photos there, and I look at them, and I hate them. I hated them, when you take those selfies, of other people take you, in a picture, and then you watch it on Facebook. Oh man, I hated it, and but I didn't change anything. I just started to drink the products, and today, which is about 8 months later, or less, 7.5 months later, I am 207. So I lost 30 pounds within 7 or 8 months. And this is without really dieting. That's the beauty of it. So what did I do, and how did the Fusion product help me to actually go over those issues that cause us to gain weight at the first place? So the first thing is those product has no sugar, but I took it further. I say no sugar, period. No sugar at my diet. Actually, I didn't eat much sugars before because of my diet, but I did eat some other things that has carbs that turn into sugar. So I also I decided to be conscious and be conscious about the carb that I take. Um, but other than that, I just drank the product, but the product has no sugar. So now that I have no sugar, I have stevia, which is a very good sweetener, which is actually good for us and has no sugar connotation in our body. That's very easy. That's the first step. The second step is the fact that I'm drinking about 5 products a day, at least 5 products a day. And I drink them with a lot of water. I mean, I don't do the minimum, which is, I don't know, some say 180, some say 300. I take it with more water, I mean milliliters. I take like this big one, and I fill it with one product in water. So for me, it's about 600 milliliter in one cup, and I drink 5 of them. Okay, so that's my 3 liters. Okay, that's my drink for the day, and this is what most people don't do, and just by switching to those products, I have this ability to reduce the sugars dramatically and hydrate myself, and that's a big change. The other thing is the fact that I decided that I must do some exercise. And, I saw an amazing post about someone who was dramatically obese and actually went to the doctor, and doctor said to him that his lifespan is going to be short. And the doctor recommended him to do one thing. The doctor said to him, buy a dog. And he bought a dog. And he said that dog, saved my life, because the dog needed a walk, a daily walk, So if you walk, 15, 20 minutes with the dog, that's a beginning, and that's something that even someone who is very heavy, very obese can do, Not to mention the one of us that, we are not that, but it needs a decision, It needs a decision that you need to do at least 15 minutes of physical activity every day, and that physical activity can be walking, That's a good start. Or choosing a stairs over the elevator, or whatever, going, parking the car far away when you walk somewhere, and you need to walk a little bit. So don't park the closer you can, park the farther you can, and then walk a little bit, And that's the small things that doesn't take much time, but they help. So which product did I use? I use all of them, but mainly 4 of them. The first one is this product that if I have to choose one product for the entire Fusion line, I would choose this one, and that's Flora Leaf. Flora Leaf is, for me, the first thing that I drink in the morning on an empty stomach. And actually today I started to drink actually 2 of them. So I drink one before I go to sleep as well. Why? Because everything starts from the gut. If you have good gut health, everything works better. Everything burns better. You feel amazing, and this is such a tasty, delicious product. If you add enough water to it, it's amazing. And it has all the vitamins and the minerals. This is the richest product of all of Fusion. It has also very low calories, very low carbohydrate, and very high in fibers. So this is one of the best or most amazing products that exist ever. The second one is the liquid fibra, which help my gut to work better. And actually, I have a friend that, as a consumer, he lost 10 pounds just with that drink. Just with that, nothing else. Just liquid fibra, one a day. In, I think, a month, he lost 10 pounds. So this is a magical product, same thing on an empty stomach. It's the best. So you can take it before meal, like 30 minutes or 45 minutes before meal, or right the first thing in the morning, or after a couple, like at least 1 or 2 hours after the meal. The third one is the Thermote. It's a genius product, and I don't think there's many other products out there that do the same, because this product increase your metabolism, increase your burnings, and do magic. And sometimes, you have those days when you fell off track, right? When you eat too much, too heavy, and you need to erase it. These are one of the erasers. So you take another one. You can drink it hot, which is amazing. You can also drink it cold. And you can mix it with others. So sometimes I mix it with Vita before exercise. And the fourth one is the Thermote, which the Thermo Carb, which is opening a longer window for the carb to be burned and not automatically stored as fat. This is something that happened to all of us automatically. When we eat any carb, automatically it's stored as fat, and this one opened a window for us to burn it. And you can drink these two either before or after the meal. The teas, they are very good, and actually you can go to the Fusion FAQ, which are in imfusion.net, at the physical health, at the product on the side, you see that, and they have actually a very good suggestion how to take those products. And the last one that I just want to mention is this RGX1. This is the little secret that I do every couple of weeks. Just a few evenings, maybe 2 or 3 evenings every 2 or 3 weeks, to cleanse my system. I take it before I go to sleep, and in the morning I feel lighter. This is the spiritual cleanser, but it also works amazingly. This is the regimen, but it doesn't. But it's very easy to do. It's not. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to, follow a very strict diet. It's very easy to follow, and the magic happened. 38 pounds for your friend, Billy, 30 pounds for me. But we know that a lot of other people lost a lot of weight, and it's a change in their lifestyle. So with that, I switch it to one of the best trainer that I know in this profession. We are very lucky to have her with us. I know her for 10 years. I see her smiling now, and I love that smile. And she is the lady with the va-va-voom. So let's switch to Anne Feinstein.
Well, thank you so much, Shai. I just loved your explanation about our fantastic weight loss products. I personally have had a lot of success, and boy, I'm hearing as many stories as you are about people having a lot of success with these products. It's just so easy. And Billy and I were going to talk a little bit and do some back and forth tonight to kind of share with everyone some of the reasons, like Shai has mentioned, about the products, about the reasons that we made a choice to join here. And so, Billy, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, I know we got a lot of new team members, people who are just getting involved with Fusion, and I wanted to bring them back to what really inspired you and David. I know you flew to Lima, Peru. A whole group of us did. We watched we went to the corporate headquarters. We met face-to-face, eyeball to eyeball with the leaders and the Alvaro, of course. And I just wanted to touch base and get the excitement that you and David experienced when you first found out about Fusion, because you gave up a lot to come and join Fusion. You had a very lucrative career going for you already. So tell us what your initial response was when you discovered these products and the corporate headquarters in Lima.
Well, I think one of the most important things to all of us, to me and David, to Randy, to you, to Shai and Yafa, was the fact that we needed to really be clear as to what was the most important aspect that we were looking for. This was going to be the last rodeo. David and I have been in this profession now for 29 years, Billy. Can you imagine?
Right. No.
Thinking about it the other day. 29 years. We've been married 33, together 36 years. And when I think about 29 years, and having spent 18 years with one company and then recently 11 years, the most important aspect for us in making this decision was there had to be integrity at the very top. And I've talked about this before, because when you have integrity coming from the top corporate management, the founders, the people who that created the company, and obviously they created the products and all those magical things that come forth, whether it's a mission, whether it's a corporate culture, the people that they've attracted, because the company's been around now for several years down in Latin America, and there had to be something specific and magical about that. And one of the most important things in looking at different companies and knowing management styles in different companies and product offerings in different companies, compensation and so forth, is that integrity had to be number one. And so when we started to look at Fusion, and we looked at Alvaro Zuniga, his brother Rafael Zuniga, together had formed the company, and we got the chance to talk with them and spend some time, even before we got down to Lima. When we saw the fact that they had 10,000 people at their convention the year before, I mean, all of us would have given anything to have had 10,000 people. I mean, we had thousands of people at different conventions, but 10,000 people coming from all of Latin America was striking to us. There had to be something, and we saw the crowd, and you could see what the look in their eyes. Randy had spent 2.5 years or so working with them from a corporate strategic consulting point of view, so he'd gotten to know them really well. And I'll tell you, we drilled him on the corporate culture. We drilled him on, what was it that he really appreciated about the top management, about the top leadership. What did he see? And he kept coming back to the fact that there was passion, integrity, and there was this sense of, excitement about the products. And so, naturally, when we got our first products here, which was, I think, the day before we left, we had tried some of the products before we left to go down to Lima. And so the boxes arrived, and I'm looking at them, and I'd studied the different products as Shai and Billy had done the same thing. And I said, okay, this is on, and I'm going to make some of this for lunch for David and for me. This is going to be a real test, because if I like this, the concept of the idea of drinking more, I was looking for something so that I would drink more, just like Shai was saying. I was bored drinking water. I made David crazy running around getting all different kinds of waters, all the different brands. None of them were, satisfied me. We even put a whole hydration reverse osmosis system into the entire house, and it was still boring. And so I take the on, I mix it into a glass for myself, for David. We sit down and have lunch. The two of us take a sip. He looks at me and goes, wow, this is delicious. And so, we're sitting there drinking, and we're studying through the things that we had and so forth. And then later in the afternoon, you can imagine this was a big decision, Billy, as you said, to make this transition. So there was a lot of anxiety going on. And so I had another box, and it said off. Well, I'm thinking on. The light switch went on, off would take me down a level. So I grabbed the off, and I mixed it up, and, I'm drinking this, and I said, David, this is even more delicious than the first one. Taste this. So he tastes it and so forth, and 30 minutes later, I looked at him, and I'll tell you exactly what I said. Okay, the exact words were, this is absolutely delicious. I said, and the way I feel right now, I hope this is legal. Because he just started laughing, and I said, I feel so at peace again without this anxiety that I had. And I thought, my gosh, this is 2 products. So now we're getting ready to go down to Latin America, and of course, they're so excited to meet us, and there's nothing like walking into a room full of people that obviously know each other, and to have Alvaro Zuniga's entire physical body, face, smile light up the room when he sees you and he puts his arms around you, and it's like a welcome home. And then we look at Raphael, and then we look at, the top leadership that were standing there, and they were just so, ingratiating with us and wanting to be, this to be part of the team. They were so excited to have Americans joining this team. And that's even something that we saw at the convention, where, a brand new team of people are coming in. Normally people feel anxious, they may feel competitive. That's not what we saw. Whether it was in Lima, whether it was at the convention, Alumbra, with 10,000 people there in a stadium. Every time we walked into the stadium, the Americans did. People went crazy nuts, excited, because they knew this meant that the business and the vision and the walls were expanding. So for us, it was a combination of looking for that integrity, finding the right products that we could get excited about. And I'll tell you, I have two brothers that have never had any interest. They're brothers, they're a little younger than me, so I've always been the older sister involved in, network marketing and health-related products, and it's always been what I do versus what they do. And for each of them to walk into my house in a social setting and to ask me, what do you have to drink? And instead of the normal, like you would say, offer people the diet sodas or the pops or the Snapples or whatever you're serving in your home, to offer them on, to offer them off, to offer them Vita Energia, and to have them take a sip of it and go, this is delicious. What is it? Is so significant. And now to have the entire family at family gatherings show up with shaker bottles, in the center of the table, says reams about our products and the impact that it's had on people's lives. Billy, can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
Okay, I'm back. We're about 3 weeks away from Dallas, the Explode event. And we're all starting this business on a part-time basis, and we all want to get a fast start. And part of that part-time, 10 to 15 hours a week, the system is designed on. How would you tell people who are just getting started to really fast start their business and really bust it out for the next 3 weeks so that they can have team members in Dallas with you and all the other great trainers?
Well, I think first of all, you've got to have consistency. We talk about this in our team, and our new slogan has become, every day is Wednesday. Okay, now for those of you in the business, you know what I'm referring to, is that you can't wait till Wednesday to make something happen. So for all of us, Thursday is Wednesday, Friday is Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then there's Wednesday. But every day is Wednesday. So there has to be some level of consistency. And I strongly suggest to our new team members when they're first starting, you've got to take out your planner. And you've got to look at your week, and you've got to put in there, your normal activities, whether it's, school activities for the kids, your church activities, whatever activities you normally have. You schedule them in your book. Well, you also have to schedule your fusion activities. Now, Billy, you're talking about 10 to 15 hours a week. Those 10 to 15 hours a week will just skim on by, and you will look at this week and realize you did nothing to move your business forward unless you schedule that time in. Now, what do you schedule in? We talk about this all the time. It's what's rainmaker activities. Tonight, you spend 30 minutes on a call with us. Okay, that's 30 minutes of your 10 to 15 hours. Some of us are, making time, and we're at leadership events on Monday night. So that's 1 or 2 hours there as well. The rest of the time, because those are learning situations, the rest of the time you're working on the skill sets and also the rainmaker activities. And that's first and foremost is working a list. And we say this all the time. That's an organic list. It's ever expanding. It's today I met 3 people. they get added to the list. Tomorrow I'm going to meet another 2 people, they get added on the list. You know, I made friends with a couple people on Facebook, and we developed a nice rapport, they get added to the list. You've got to work the list, okay? You've got to work the list, and it's got to be ever expanding. Then another thing that we've got to be doing, obviously, is taking that list from emails and phone numbers and names into approaching people, inviting people. We're either inviting them to an event, we're inviting them to take a look at a video. So what is the skill set that you need to learn in order to be proficient at inviting? Well, for many of us, it's actually starting to invite. And what I found in my experience is that the best way to learn how to invite is to do a couple of bad invites, and you get better at it. And you get better and better because you go back and talk with your upline. You get a conceptual idea on a script. And one of the things that Randy said a couple of weeks ago, which was fantastic, was, what do you know about fusion with an X? It's a question. You know, I love having a good opening question, because most people will say, I don't know anything about fusion with an X. Okay, and then it's a matter of, you get comfortable enough to say, well, a group of friends of mine and I are launching this amazing, incredibly successful Latin American company. They're just killing it all over Latin America. It's coming to the US now. And what I saw was a 5-minute video that I'd love to share with you. Do you have 5 minutes to take a look at a video? Make it easy. Simple. This is the kind of way we talk to each other. Okay, and then we want to show them a video, but we can't just leave it out there. We say, take a look at this and let's have a conversation. Either I'm going to call you in 7 minutes, or call me back after you watch the video. Now, the beauty of our system is that with our mobile app, you'll know whether they watch the video. So you've got to have the tools, and you've got to get together with your upline leadership and find out, what tools do I need in order to be proficient at inviting people, at making my list, and then what do I have to do in terms of presenting. Now, for some presentations, that's going to be the 11-minute video, because I do a lot of long-distance inviting, and I also do, you know, face-to-face inviting. Well, I just happen to use the same tool, but I use it in 2 different ways. Once I'm sending it perhaps by a text message. The other is that I'm sitting down right with the person and showing them right off of either, you know, most of the time it's right on my phone because I'm sitting right there with them. And then it's follow-up. And I'll tell you, you've heard this before, and I'm going to say it again, the gold is in the follow-up. Now, once a person joins, that's where it begins. And I'll tell you, there's nothing more exciting, I think, in my life than when you're starting up somebody new, because they are so freaking excited. They're excited about the products, they're excited about the business, they're excited about the company, they're excited about Billy, they're excited about Shai, they're excited about Randy, they can't wait to meet Alvaro. Everything about this is exciting. Well, what does that do for us? It gets us excited. Okay, it revs up the passion meter, makes the passion meter higher. And when the passion meter's higher, guess what? You want to go out and tell more people. So it's a cycle. Okay, and then as you start to build your team, you want to know there's a strategic plan to building the team, building the left, building the right. You know, now it becomes even more exciting because you start to see this network start to grow. And you start to, and I'll tell you, Ben Mueller said something really smart the other day on the Facebook page. I do read the Facebook page. Okay, guys, I get a lot from all of you. And what he said was he was digging deep into his group and identifying the people who were going to be with him long term. And that struck me. And that was something interesting, because we had done the same thing over the last couple of weeks, because as we get out of this summer activity into full swing, that was the reason that we set up this Saturday event, and we call it the Super Sizzle Kickoff. Because as we go into the next phase, the next 90 to 120 days will be the most impactful of your business for the entire year. And I'll tell you why. Is that as people get back out of the summer stuff that they're doing, Then all of a sudden they get the kids back to school, and then they start thinking about Christmas, and they start thinking about expenses, and they start thinking about, you know, the college educations and the various home expenses and the house expenses and all the expenses. And they start thinking about where they want their life to be, and they start getting towards the end of the close of this year, and they start looking back and reflecting on what did they actually move forward in this entire year of 2016. Well, guys, you have a chance to make a significant difference in people's health, as you heard Shai talking tonight, as you heard me. I mean, I don't know how David and I could live without these products at this point. We have a huge basket in our kitchen. Every time David takes a product out, he just literally, okay, I hear this, oh, this is so delicious. Oh, I just love this product. This is a man that's been right next to me for 29 years in this profession. I have never heard him orgasmically talk about the products as he talks about the fusion products. Then we have the system and the comp plan and the leadership and these events that are coming up. And when I say events, if you're serious and you're in this for the long term and you're not coming to Dallas, you are making a huge, huge mistake. Because I was sitting there with our team the other day, we did a conference call, and we suddenly realized that everyone that was on the call, and it was bronze and above, had all been impacted, by the event that we had in June and the event that we had in May and April and March. March, we had done our first team event. Then we had the three guys come through and do the tour in April, May. Then we had the June launch, and everyone had rank advanced through different ranks, multiple ranks. So now we're coming into this time, okay? And I'm telling you, if you're not set up for whatever it takes, guys, if you're in this for the long term, you've got to sit across from Alvaro Zuniga, okay? There is something enchanting and magical about this man and his purpose and vision and where he's taking this company, that every time I have a chance to spend time with him, he elevates my vision. He elevates my soul in a way that very few people have ever had that impact on me in my life. And to see where he's planning to take this company with the innovation, further innovation, the incredible investments that he is about to make to expand this company from Latin America, the United States, into huge global markets. It's almost embarrassing to think that somebody can't get to Dallas to understand that, to be part of that. So for those of you that are looking at this and contemplating this, just let it go and trust us when we tell you that this is the most important investment in your business and your future with this company. Because I have told you many times, guys, that our business grew event to event to event. And I'm not talking about in small increments. I'm talking about in huge increments. So I hope to see all of you, not only this Saturday in Staten Island, okay, which is anywhere within 100 miles. Okay, I would come back on vacation if I had a chance to come and see what we have planned. Okay, but second, coming to Dallas, and then in October, we're going to have Randy Gage in the Northeast, and it's going to be all up to you. So, Billy, I hope I answered. Short question, long answer. I hope that defines it.
Perfect, Ann. Perfect. Both you and Shai, very impactful stories tonight. The key factors for any business for success is to have a product that works, to have a product that people can get excited about. I have worked with Ann and Shai for many, many years, and I've never seen them so excited about the quality of our products. Fusion products work. We have the stories from Shai and Dale already this week. The challenge for everyone on this call is to create your own product story and do before and after pictures and do your story and post it on your social media. Now remember, we don't cure cancer, we don't cure heart disease, we don't cure diabetes, we don't cure anything, but we enhance people's health, and each one of you are going to have a product story if you take these products. And to be able to have those kind of health results and those stories with something that tastes so good is just a $1 zillion idea, and we have got to just run with it. So I want you to post between now and tomorrow night your product story on the Fusion X Tribe and also on your social media. Also, remember to close out the week strong. Go to the back office, make sure you're EF qualified, EF active, make sure everything is in order. Call your people to make sure they're EF active, EF qualified, and really close out tomorrow strong. And we'll want to get those commission checks to you. The more Alvaro has to pay, the happier he is. So that's a great formula as well. So we're going to close out the call tonight and wish each and everybody a great week, and we'll see you next week for sure. Good night.